Okay. Hopefully, it should be working now. Maybe. Hopefully.
Enemies.
It should be working now. Okay. Yes, it should be working. Okay. Hello again. Hello for like the third time. Yeah, hello for the third time. Hello, hello. Which side is fine? Let me check YouTube. Third time's the charm. Yeah, man. It seems to be working this time, because I did get YouTube chat. Hello, Rasping. Okay, so I did get chat. It's working now. Perfect. Awesome. So apparently the problem was that I set the stream as for kids. And if you set it for kids, you can't get a chat. So I'm dumb because I misclicked. Yeah, my bad. Man, why is streaming so stressful, guys? This is my third stream. If you can tell. It's working now. Good to hear that. Hello, hello, the Marian. Good to have you guys. Okay, it's working. Perfect.
Double KO.
Enemies beware. The Panther is on the prowl.
How are you guys doing? How's your day? Would you be able to do another short VOD of mine, or just people who haven't gotten it yet? Yeah, I'm probably gonna go over, like, whatever I get, basically. It's not like there's 50,000 people in here, so I can't just go over everyone's as best I can. Okay, I did get one from YouTube, from Rasping Toe, so I will go over that one, since he's already said one. And yeah, it's probably gonna be like first come, first served, basically, because I don't have any other way. Who does coach main in Rivals? Nobody, really. I mean, I just play whatever. I mean, I don't even really play that much anymore. Which is, I do want to get back into it. Probably like the next couple of days, or like the next week. Because I am definitely 100% washed. Okay. Thought you played Adam. Yeah, I did like Adam. And I still like Adam. It's just that my aim has completely degraded. As in, it's just not enough to play Adam. And Adam wasn't in the best spot when I stopped playing him, which is kind of why I was washed in the first place, and I'm still washed. But I would love to play Adam. It's just sometimes he's not really the best, especially with double supports. With triple supports, he can definitely work fine. Yeah, you gotta hit your headshots to hit Adam. Yeah, you finally got to watch your live stream. Really love your videos. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Rafia. Okay, let me get into this replay though. So you're on Spider-Man. You're sitting AFK.
This feels like an Avengers gig. Does that mean I've made it to the big league?
As someone who's GM2 learning Emma, do you got any tips for me, coach? Probably charge up your beam. Like, focus on genuinely charging up your beam as much as you can. Okay. So, first things first. You were AFK at the start of the game, which is not maybe the worst on Spider-Man, because he can get there fast. But you were still AFK. Like, you could have gotten there easier, like, quicker, to get into a good position and wait for the enemies to come out so that you could actually genuinely kill them before they react by being in a good position. Now, you were AFK, so that didn't happen. However, going for a magic, like magic isn't really a target for Spider-Man, because she can just, first of all, she can genuinely destroy you, like she's just about to do here, and secondly, she can just portal away from your combo, so it's not really the best target for you. Like, you shouldn't even really be going for magic here. The best target is probably the Iron Man. Alright, so the Iron Man, or just in general their backline. Not sure what I should have done to win this game. I did use magic player, okay. How do I counter Hulk, Namor, and Iron Man team up? You just don't really do. Yeah, you don't really counter it. I mean, it's kind of hard to counter it. Okay, as for this. Okay, at least you went for the support, that's fine. Disengage is fine. Can actually go and fight this Iron Man. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Put some pep in my step. Your powers are mine.
Rank game? Yeah, I prefer if a replay code from a ranked game if you can. The Emma video is very good if they haven't watched it. I'm also GM. Yeah, the Emma video is definitely good because you can see what the rank 1 player actually does.
You captured more than half of the area. Keep going.
Yeah, this is not... You are getting kind of diffed.
Shields up.
Maximum pulse!
Put some pep in my step.
Everyone's focused on the front line. Yep.
Glory's almost yours.
Born again!
Ooh, that was almost close. Bro got stuck.
Better than Aunt May's chicken soup.
I don't know, I feel like, in a sense, maybe you're kind of bad at hitting your combos on Spider-Man. I do want to see how you use your ultimate though.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
Now, this was unfortunate that the enemy Invis woman ulted just as you used your ultimate. However, I am not convinced that this is the best place to use your ultimate. When there's these guys here. Yeah, it was unlucky timing, but it was just like a bad position. Like, you're ulting the tank. Hey, what's good, coach? Hello, Yummy. What's up? All good. But yeah, like, you were ulting the tank. Like, what? Whereas you could just be ulting this instead. Or even, I mean, the Loki is worse, but yeah, you could be ulting here just in general. Why are you ulting the tank? More of a solo ult for the Adam. Yeah, that makes sense, but the Adam is... you could probably try to kill him even with... You know, you could probably try to kill him without your ultimate. Especially when there's other potential targets.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Problem is, I don't like your engagements in general, because it feels like you're just fighting from Narnia. Like, look at this. She's on the other side of the map, and you're trying to fight her. I mean, it does work out, because you move out quickly, but... like, she sees it from a mile away. Adam's very hard to kill if I was playing Spider-Man. Yeah, I probably don't even go for the Adam, because it's just difficult to kill in general. Right, and like you're engaging from way too far away, and then you don't have you've used your combo, you haven't gotten a kill, so why are you trying to force it? Okay, look, you don't even have any more dash swings, you don't have your combo anymore. Now you're just trying to force something, and you get punished for it. Right, so you do your combo, you get a kill, perfect. You don't get a kill, okay, just go back and wait 5 seconds and then try again. How's it going, coach? It's going good, well. What did I just say? It's going good, man. Are you streaming on Twitch as well or just YouTube? Both. I'm not great with Spidey, but I know you need a little bit of patience. Yeah, exactly. It's very go in, do something, and get out. You don't stay that long.
Now I've got... Nice.
That was some next level whiffing. What? Bro's just whiffing. Okay, get this health back, that's good.
Anyone willing to help?
See, in general, what microphone do you use? It's a Rode something, I have no idea. Like Rode Pro 2. But in general, on Spider-Man, yeah, he did get pink lift here, but it's, as you can see, it's incredibly awkward to try and hit your tracer webs from below someone. Like, you just see, it just looks so awkward. And the reason for this is because you're basically forcing something. And again, it's not gonna work out. That's why you have, and that's what I also said, because you're trying to engage from Narnia, from super far away, where you should be swinging in much closer, like with your swings, and then try to look for a combo. And yeah, your aim 100% needs improvement. Yeah, like if I had to say something here, is genuinely, how many kills has he gotten? 2. So if I had to say something, it would be probably genuinely like your aim. It's probably the worst thing about it. And you're kind of AFK again. How much is it for video reviews? Well, however much you want, or it's free if I manage to get to yours. I did have yesterday some people who super chatted. But yeah, I do try to get to all of them in time.
Area is yours to capture now.
And again, you are AFK, and now it's way too late to do anything.
Yours to capture.
You shouldn't even really fight here anymore.
Missionary is yours.
And your aim, like, genuinely,
Too many to fight my...
you might need some aim practice, son. You know, I normally tell people that aim is not their biggest issue, but sometimes it can be.
Tree falls, but another shall grow. Some assistance, please.
Target selection I feel could be better, yeah. How many people in queue? Like 3 or 4, I think. It's pretty cool you do VOD reviews for your viewers, coach. Definitely helping your community. Yeah, man, I mean, I don't really feel like playing right now because it's also very late for me in the day. Like, it's not very late. It's 7:30, but I usually go to sleep at like 9 or 10. So yeah, this is like basically end of the day for me. Diamond, yeah, he's Diamond 3. For aim practice, would you suggest practice range, a third party like Aim Labs? depends on how serious you want to be. You can use third party, but genuinely practice range and then playing a quick match with the whole purpose of focusing on your aim can actually help a lot. As for your Iron Fist, why are you frontlining? Literally, I've had a student today on Iron Fist, and this was his biggest issue as well. Why are you frontlining as Iron Fist? You know, you don't go through the enemies like this. As Iron Fist, or like any flanker in general, you go from around somewhere, right? You go from around here, you go from around here, even can take something deeper, like longer like this, but as Iron Fist, you're not a frontline fighter like this. Look, you're literally the first one on your team. And fighting a tank. Like, do you... I play Iron Fist more as a brawl. No. No. Iron Fist is, and still is, or like was and still is, meant to kill squishies. The fact that you do more damage to tanks is more of a bonus than anything. But these guys, this guy, these guys, they should be your main priority and focus. The fact that you can now do more damage to a tank is just a nice bonus. But yeah, you never try to frontline as Iron Fist. So go around and look for an enemy backline. Okay. Okay. Who was... You can get up to half HP, then you can one-shot the healers. Yeah, that's why you're still way better on Iron Fist by hitting the squishies instead of trying to worry about the tank. Okay, let me... Yeah, I'm gonna worry about that later. I've got like 20 notifications from my coaching. But I will go over... Wait, no, DC defeat, you had one yesterday, I think, or like the last time, so I'm gonna let you for a second. I'm probably gonna look at yours later. Okay, let me see who was earlier though. Yeah, I'll look at GM Mister. G Mister. As you were here quite early. That's fine, I will be basically here for the whole stream. Thank you, man. I will try to get to yours if there's none left, but as you can see, there's definitely people replying, and if I've already done one of yours, I don't want to kind of let others, like, I want to give others a chance as well. Been thinking of getting into playing Iron Fist. Tried a little back in S0 and it was pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, Iron Fist is actually definitely fun. It's just that you have to play him, like, focusing on the squishies. For sure. Emma has been nuts with her grabs. Yeah, she's definitely crazy. Where can I submit my replays? Just paste the replay code when I ask for it. Ideally when I ask for it so that I can actually go to them on time. Wait. I just got a super chat. Rico with $10. Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much. Holy shit, man. I had a losing streak, including 4 SVPs back to back. I was still in the 5th match, but then I got together. I don't have a code, but search my profile, it's public. Okay, since I've already started this one with Jimista, I will get to yours immediately after with this one, okay? Because I did just start it and I don't want to... But thank you, man, for the super chat. I will get to yours immediately after. Okay, that's nice. Yep, that's good. That's nice. What do you need me to spectate for? You've just been dominating everyone. Okay, this might be a bit too aggressive. Like, if you didn't have your Magneto, you probably die there. No worries, take your time, I'm at work. Yeah, man. And if somehow it happens to miss it, you can always just watch it back, the VOD. Because it's going to be uploaded, so you're going to be able to watch. And by the way, for everyone as well, since I'm doing this on a live stream, you can always just watch back the replays and maybe remind yourself. I was playing Buns the rest of the game though. Okay. I'm at work. I would like to hire you from some sessions sometime. If you want to do that, I actually have, like, you can check the coaching link. It should be on my YouTube channel. Like, the actual coaching link, like, for one-on-one private sessions. It should be on my YouTube channel. Yeah, you're way too close here. Like,
Everybody needs a hand.
okay, so you see that, this, you see this, you should immediately, like, go back or, like, look for something different here, or just go back, because, look, your tank is going back, and now you're kind of left as the first one, right? You're, like, left as the first one in front. So, yeah, I'm way too aggressive since I was OTP Baki. But even Baki is probably not ideal if he stays here. I mean, you can on Baki, because you can look for a hook. So you can play a bit more aggressive, but it's still... it's not ideal to be in front of the tank. And the reason for that is that all of the enemy's focus will be on you. And because you're not a tank, you can't really sustain the enemy's focus. Right? You can't resist it. So you're gonna probably die or be incredibly close to dying. I see, again, you are incredibly eager, but you're still kind of trying to play like a tank. Even if you have your ultimate. Okay, when do you start playing bad though? Because so far it's not been like super bad or anything. It's just like positioning wise, I'd say. Yeah, he's still shooting, this is okay. You also probably want... okay, mostly second point. Okay, let me just skip to that. Also, you can one-shot the enemy Namor squids, so you probably want to kill those as fast as you can. Can you see my Rocket Raccoon gameplays? If I can get to it. I do try to get to all of them, but yeah, I can't just instantly get to all of them at the same time. Again, kind of the same issue, still a bit, like, way too aggressive. Yeah, you're just, like, just don't play next to your tank, man. Just don't play next to your tank. You know? Why have you next to a tank? Could have very easily died there. From the Groot. You know, and I'll say this. If the enemy tank can hit you, there is a chance you are too far forward. I don't know about this ultimate. Because your Magneto just died. So you don't have anything to really protect you. And you're also, like, way too exposed. And the enemies are right in your face. So you never want to be in a position where the enemies can just focus you like this. You should be in the back line. Right? Maybe in the back line and shoot from a distance. Or from an off angle. But yeah, you just don't want to be next to your tanks. And you don't want to be out in the open. Yeah, like, this is a bit better, but it's still... how many people are in queue? I have to go over one, because he did do a super chat, so I will get to someone. But yeah, like, a couple of people. I'd probably be looking to get, like... maybe get an off angle here and look for something here, because you also have the cover, and maybe you can like diff this guy and snipe this guy, right? But genuinely, it's harder to do something when you're like on the same line.
Think about what you did.
Or you just completely destroy that guy. What do I know? What do I know? However, again, completely out in the open. It's fine this time because of the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, but I'm kind of starting to see a tendency or like a habit that you keep going into these super aggressive positions, and I think it's because you're way too eager to do damage, whereas you can just shoot just fine from over here. Maybe you can kill this mantis, or just shoot just fine from here, or shoot just fine from here, but this is, I don't know, the third or fourth time that you're in front of your tank, in a way, and out in the open. So try and be, like, play a bit more patient, and don't, yeah, especially don't go forward this much, because from here you go forward, from here you go forward, or just hold your position and shoot from a distance. Because Hawkeye is a poke character, by the way. You should never try to get close. You should be able to use your distance. Yeah, I gotta be too active all the time. Yeah, exactly. Just have a bit more patience and calm down. Okay, now let me get to Rico, because he did give a $10 super chat. Had 4 losing streak, including 4 SVPs back to back. Okay, who do you play, Rico? In competitive. Really good. Yeah, he was... Mr. is actually a good Hawkeye. He just needs to work on his positioning a little bit. Ahmed Pyro, that's my profile. Yeah, I will try to get it in time, but I do have to go over Rico's first. Now, which game do you want me to see if you're still here, Rico? Like a support game or a Squirrel Girl game? Squirrel Girl, okay. Let me look at a Squirrel Girl then. Maybe one that's not a complete dumpster fire. Okay, let me look at this actually. What's up? Hello, man.
Or villain. I'm not
You can see the most recent competitive or anyone with my SVPs. Okay,
judging.
let me look at this one. No. Rico the 13.
Does anyone get the feeling that Loki has bigger plans than just ruling Asgard?
I was tilted that match. Yeah, if you lose so much, I can probably tell. Okay. Right off the point, right off the start. There's no real need to rush straight to the point, especially because it does take some time, right? It does take some time for the point to actually activate. And you also just want to... It's very easy for a Squirrel Girl to just shoot your nuts over here and do a lot of them. Wait, what did I just see? Just shoot your acorns over here and kind of do a lot of spam damage, which is more difficult to do from this position because you're down, and it's hard to shoot projectiles from down. Now this is fine. However, I would have very much liked you to use your abilities and try to stop these tanks, or like, not stop, try to stun them, because this is basically a stun, this is basically a stun, and the tanks are quite easy to hit because they're very big, especially Groot. So right now you could be trying to use your ability on this guy, right? So you immobilize him and it's basically a stun, and it's very easy to kill him. Please tell me he doesn't actually escape. Okay, so he actually escapes and lives because you didn't use your abilities. Okay. So, right here, I mean, the fact that you are on the point, like I said, is not ideal, but here, right, you have this from the Spider-Man, which is a stun, basically. And you also have your charging up Acorn. I think is this one, actually. Which is also kind of a stun. And when you're in front of a target that's this close and this big, especially a Groot, it's really easy to hit these abilities, and because they're stunned, it's easy to hit them. So you increase the chances of killing them. So I think the only reason that you kind of lose this fight is because you didn't use your ability on the Groot, which should have completely died, by the way. Right, like, look at this. Imagine if you stunned him earlier. Completely, like, the fact that this guy lives is a crime. It's just, this should never happen. Okay, so that guy should have been dead. And because he doesn't die, it catches a lot of your attention from Venom and your own attention, and it forces you to be in a bad position to try and chase him. So, not only does he not die, which is just bad by the fact that he's alive, but the fact that he's alive also makes you play worse, because you try to over-focus on him. Because if this guy dies, you can start doing more damage here, you can start doing more damage there, you can start doing more damage on anyone else. Whenever I'm on Hulk, Squirrel Girl stuns, yeah man, the Squirrel Girl nuts are just so annoying. I always forget she has them, yep. On like Thor or someone that gets close, it's really, really annoying. There you go, that's nice. Nice. So yeah, you should have used these like the first time, so this was good, right? It's just that you should have used it... You should have used it way sooner. Macron with the $5 super chat, man. Can you review my rocket gameplay? I feel like my positioning and where I put my race beacon needs work. My username is Macron7. Okay, man, I'll get to it right after this one then. Thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Okay, so this was good. The only issue is that you're, again, kind of like the previous guy. You're a bit too eager, as in, you shouldn't really be walking this far forward. And this is kind of a tendency that... This is kind of a bad tendency that a lot of people have, actually, is when they're shooting, as in when you're holding, like just when you're shooting constantly, people have a tendency to walk forward when it's not really needed. Like, you can completely shoot just fine while sitting in the same spot. You don't have to walk closer to your enemies. You don't hit them harder if you get closer to them. But it does put you in a worse position. Squirrel jump is pretty nice. Yeah, squirrel jump is pretty nice as well. So you could have also have played here. And also you shouldn't engage here because, like, this is a lost fight. That's the storm. Yeah. Still not using cover. I rarely have a Spider-Man in my team. Yeah, you just have to kind of remind yourself to use it. Yeah, that's my worst match this season, but I locked in the following matches. Yeah, but even the worst matches are still part of your, like, your match history, so... Like, genuinely, every game should more or less be the same. Right? You shouldn't really... Generally, you shouldn't have, like, the worst match and the best match. You should genuinely try to play kind of, like, on the same level always, in a way. And you feel yourself get tilted, which does make you play worse, just take a break, man. If you lose 2 games in a row or 3 games in a row, just take a break. Take a walk. Eat something. Just try to get your mind away from the fact that you just lost 3 games in a row, because that is incredibly tilting. Okay. I was literally about to say this is like prime time for an ultimate. However, not from here. Not from here. So in this case, what you can actually do is just go here, use your ultimate on like one of these walls, and then just jump back out. Because, and ideally, you want to be using your ultimate to kind of drop it on top of the enemy's head or like take them by surprise. And so this is way too far away. You know, ideally, the moment you press your ultimate, it should already be doing damage. You shouldn't use your ultimates from this far away. Because it's also in a different game or like on a different map, it's also way easier to shoot your ultimate. Like the enemies can destroy your ultimate before it even gets to them. So when you use your ultimate, try to get as close as you can, then use your ultimate, and then back away. Alright, and you also get destroyed by the... not destroyed, but it gets fucked up by the terrain here because of that. Right, and this would have been an insane ultimate. Insane ultimate if you use it inside of here. And also, you see, you have this exact same thing as last time. You were over here, and you've walked forward over here. And now this is, by the way, kind of a worse position to be shooting, because you shoot from downwards instead of shooting from upwards, which is generally better, right? Or shooting from over here. Okay, so 2 things to work for now, or like 3 things. Use your abilities more. Don't walk forward when you shoot, unless you actually have to walk forward. And thirdly, use your ultimate like on top of the enemies, not from Narnia, right? You want to use it like basically drop the nuts, not the nuts. Basically drop the squirrels on top of the enemy's head. It's just so much easier to hit them when you're closer. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the instinct behind it, because as you're shooting someone, you walk forward, or like you want to get closer so that it's easier for you to hit them, but you don't really have to. Okay, Macron, are you French? Yeah, after this match I drank some water, stretched and locked in. Yeah, that's what you want to do essentially. You want to definitely chill. Yeah, drop the nuts on them. Yeah, drop the nuts and the squirrels. Okay, in general, with Rocket, you want to stay alive. That's like number 1. So the way you carry on Rocket is making sure your... what's it called? Your res beacon doesn't get destroyed. And you stay alive so that you can heal. And your ultimate timing. That's kind of what matters on Rocket. Now, also, because Rocket is, well, a rocket, it's a bit harder to carry straight on Rocket unless you play incredibly aggressive and just kill people by yourself. That's also what you can do on Rocket. Like, you can genuinely just try to kill people by yourself. Okay, so where's your res beacon? Yeah, I think that's okay. It's probably not actually the best spot, because people are gonna try to flank from here, but it's not the worst. Probably would have put it maybe here. Yeah, we have Emmanuel Macron. We actually do. Right, so you can... I mean, this is an okay spot. You can also just place it here or over here. Yeah, again, exact same tendency here. Why are you walking forward? You're not gonna heal them harder if you get closer. In fact, it's worse because it's easier to miss. Like it's way easier to aim like this, you know, like this, because it's less movement that you have to do compared to this, right? Like just look, it's just so much more movement. Also, just stay here behind some cover, heal, 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 heal. I played too much Cloak and Dagger, 50 hours in game. Do you have any other hero suggestions for someone like me? Well, if you're gonna play support, you can try Luna. I mean, Luna is pretty close to Cloak and Dagger. Or Invisible Woman. Okay, now you can get closer. Because you're trying to heal these guys that you wouldn't be able to heal otherwise. So getting closer here is fine. Okay, this is okay. For Rocket, you have to aim the heals at the character's feet, right? Yeah, ideally that's how you wanna hit them, because you get extra healing. Okay. Now this is important. Because Rocket's bubbles don't actually stack the healing, it's ideal on Rocket to actually heal multiple allies at the same time that are separated. So what you can do is shoot one bubble here, maybe shoot one bubble to your Black Panther, right? So like boom, 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 maybe turn around, maybe this guy needs one. So like boom, heal, 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 maybe heal, 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 right? Because if you shoot multiple bubbles in the same direction, they're not going to stack the healing, right? And because of how Rocket's orbs work, like Rocket's orbs can just go super far away and they bounce around. Rocket is actually really good at helping his own divers, because someone could be diving here and you can heal them all the way from Narnia, for example, right? So let's say you're here and you could be healing your Black Panther all the way from over here, you know, just shoot your orbs. So on Rocket, you want to keep an eye out on basically your entire team. So shoot one orb on this guy, shoot one orb there, shoot one orb there. You want to make sure you spread it out on everyone. There you go, like this. It's just that you could have done it even sooner. This is fine. Make sure your res beacon is up. There you go. Probably not the best spot though. This is very out in the open. I mean, by the time people get to it, it's probably fine, but yeah. Could have just tucked it in the corner here or placed it over here. Rocket Jeff team up with Goods kind. Yeah, it's probably... It's absolutely not. It's probably genuinely the worst team up in the game. The Rocket Jeff and Groot one is genuinely probably the worst team up in the game. It's just a meme, basically. It's genuinely just a meme. The only thing you can do about it is you can use it as like an extra dash if you do need it. But which is incredibly rare cases. But other than that, yeah, just don't stay on Groot. I don't like being on Groot's shoulder. Yeah, it's bad. I just tuned in to our VOD of wins or losses. Probably a close loss is like the best one. It gives you a lot of damage reduction. Yeah, but genuinely, the thing is, it gives you damage reduction, but as a support, why would you want to even take damage in the first place? You know, as Rocket, you can just sit in the back, and if you don't take any damage because you're in the back, you don't need damage reduction. Hey coach, hey chat, hey man, what's up? Okay, this guy's using an ultimate, that's fine. Ult farming? Probably a stretch, to be honest. Yeah, even here, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. He also hasn't dropped the infinite ammo, but I will say, I don't think there was actually a good opportunity to use the infinite ammo. Because the Punisher is more... Okay, maybe actually here, never mind. Maybe here would have been fine. But for the most part, the Punisher has actually been sitting on the turret. Like, you could probably just drop your infinite ammo here. It's kind of not ideal, but yeah, definitely you can drop the infinite ammo here. As for this, when people start getting close like this, why not play over here, you know? Just play like this, because if something bad happens, you can just go over here. No, and it's a lot easier to heal like this, or like this, than to try to heal from down here. Because it's very awkward, especially for Rocket, because he's so short. He's a short king, so it's very difficult to hit downstairs. Right, whereas this is more on the same level, so it's easier to hit your bubbles. But this is probably the best, because you also have cover, so you can peek in and out. As for this, it's kind of the same problem. So if you stood here, you can just heal this guy from over here, and you don't have to jump around like this because of the ledge that goes downstairs. Right, like, this position would be just so much better. You see? Compared to this. Right, you can just genuinely sit here and just spam your bubbles non-stop. And no one can even look at you. You also could have probably ulted here. Yeah, I think you could have ulted here for sure. Because, like, imagine this. You give damage boost to the Punisher, and you also make him basically immortal. So this Punisher would become literally God if you use your ultimate. And also because the enemies started pushing with the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, so you would also be responding to the Cloak and Dagger ultimate. Right, so you help this Punisher, you respond to the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, and you can maintain the tempo of the fight. So yeah, I think this should have been an ultimate time. Definitely ultimate time. Yeah, now it's a bit late. It's probably still gonna be okay, but it's definitely a bit late. Struggle remembering to move my beacons? Yeah, it's just kind of a habit that you have to build. I'm diversifying my hero category. I'm playing Magneto as tank and Mr. Fantastic as DPS. Cloak and Dagger were okay, but it feels like everyone has the Lord, so I stopped playing them. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what you want to play right now, or like, what type of playstyle do you like? Hey son, what's up? Rocket with Punisher ult can't even be counted by mag since the overshield. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think if you drop Infinite while Punisher ultimate, I actually don't know about that. But I probably not. I don't think so. Yeah, but that ultimate was a bit... That ultimate was... Your ultimate was a bit too late. So if you used it earlier when I said it would have been way better. Does infinite ammo affect Punisher turret? I'm pretty sure, like, 99% sure it doesn't. Where is your Punisher? Oh, he's just coming back, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I think this entire fight was bad because you kind of got destroyed earlier here, so this snowballed into a bad fight. So yeah, I think the only thing that makes a change here is if you use your ultimate here. Okay, so the reason for that is, again, you're responding to an enemy support ultimate, and you're helping your Punisher as well. Right, and Rocket's ultimate, besides the fact that it heals and everything, it can be genuinely used as anti-push, right? And so here, the enemies started pushing, and your ultimate, with Punisher's ultimate, would have been completely anti-push. So you want to be thinking about your ultimate on Rocket. It can be used to stop enemy ultimates, like a DPS ultimate, but it's also good for anti-push, because it gives you HP, which is not that much, but it does give you damage boost as well. So, and also positioning wise, like I said, you could have played on the left side over there instead of being where you are, because it's a lot more awkward to shoot from when you're down. His infinite ammo is literally like a mini ult, yeah, but you have to have a Punisher who actually uses it. Infinite ammo doesn't do anything for Punisher with internet. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't, for sure it doesn't. Okay. Okay. Ahmed. Okay, well, since Ahmed is here, let me just look at this guy real quick. Let me just look at you real quick. I like Bucky and Cap's team up, but yeah, I miss Bucky and Rocket. Yeah, it was definitely a bit strong. 518, okay. Okay, who do you play? Last game I played Raccoon. I didn't really play Raccoon on this game, or you mean just quick match? It's cool you do this for 3 minutes. Interesting to watch you coach charges. Yeah, man, no worries. I do try to get to everyone, but if someone gives a super chat, of course I'm gonna try to get to them first. Cap players seem so rare these days. Do they? I feel like Captain's quite actually popular right now. See my Raccoon game in ranked. This one? Like, you play a lot of other heroes. I mean, it is ranked. 5, 9, 28. Okay. Raccoon games. Yeah, man. Looks like we have a lot of raccoons today. Okay, this is not raccoon. When do you swap the raccoon? Okay, over here. Res beacon, probably a bit too far away. Probably a bit too far away. Because the beacon has an actual range, so I'm pretty sure if someone dies here, they don't get rezzed. Let me actually check. Yeah, these guys aren't in range. You see, because you can see this little icon, which means they are in the range of the res beacon. But if we look earlier at the guy who just died, he doesn't have the icon, so he's outside the range of your res beacon, which means you should probably place it a bit closer. Like, you should place it at the very least over here, but you can probably place it here, to be honest, right? Like over here or even here, because nobody's generally going to be looking here that easily. So yeah, you should definitely place your res beacon a bit further up. As you see, this guy dies, but he doesn't get res because it's way too far back. I booked a session for Saturday. Nice, man. Thank you. Well, I'll see you at the session then. What kind of games would you prefer to do the VOD for? Probably a probably a close game that you feel like maybe you could have won, especially if it's bad from like the beginning. Coach tip for Raccoon players: basically just hold right click. Yup, that's basically it. New rocket skin changes the look of the beacon too. Some people overlook it and yeah, that's actually something I haven't thought of, because it does look differently. Now, okay, never mind, because the cloak is ulting. My bad. I was gonna ask why are you walking forward, but your cloak and dagger literally just used their ultimate, so I think it's fine. your res beacon is still way too far back. Like, way too far back.
Your powers are mine.
It's basically useless right now. Like, it doesn't even exist. It's so far back, it's not gonna res anyone, so it's genuinely a waste of a res beacon. Now you're way too close. Like, you shouldn't be literally behind your tanks. You should probably be, I mean, maybe not this far back, but you can be like over here, right? So you play around cover and you do this, right? Or you stay here and you shoot, and if there's trouble, you just back away behind cover. You can even stay behind the cart. If you want to be closer, you can stay behind the cart and do the same thing, but number one, move your res beacon, because right now it's pointless, it's useless, it's not gonna res anyone because it's too far away. And then you're way too close. Okay, so you are backing off, which is good, but you are way too close there. Okay, you are moving your res beacon, that's fine. Probably not the best position though, because the enemies can see it. Here would have been a bit better, but they can see it from over there. You should also probably do like I said earlier with the previous rocket, is because your healing orbs don't really stack. I mean, the first tick of healing does stack, but the rest of the healing, like the healing over time, doesn't stack. So you should throw an orb here, throw an orb here. Like, you should split, like, throw one orb in one direction, throw one orb in a different direction. So boom, 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 boom. So that you, this way, you can heal multiple teammates at the same time. Right? So throw one orb here, then one on this guy. One here, one on the other guy. You know? Because you're trying to spam them on this guy, your Groot dies. You also probably don't want to walk out of your own support ultimate. Like, you're right on the edge here. Is the Plat console storm from yesterday going to be a video? Actually, yes. If I can manage to edit it properly, or like cut it down to an actual video, I will try to post it tomorrow probably. But yeah, here, maybe don't try to run outside of your own support ultimate. See? You just broke your own support ultimate. Like, what? You know? You probably want to stay inside your own support ultimate. Giotto Aurora with the 5 super chat, man. This was a semi-close loss I found. Though if it seems like a bad game to review, my game history is public. Yeah, man. I'll take a look at it afterwards. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. But yeah, you don't want to run out of your own support ultimate. There you go, go back in. But you're still kind of, again, see? When you have your support ultimate, you should be playing more aggressive, because you have the ultimate, so you're not gonna die that easily. Especially because it does damage boost, and Rocket's damage is very high up close. So if you use your own support ultimate, you want to first of all play inside it, not outside of it. And then you want to use it to actually play aggressive. Okay, that's a nice dash, that's fine.
I'll patch you up. Shall we? Good medicine. You're welcome.
Beacon, 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 beacon. I mean, they do get wiped here, but should be thinking about beacon. Beacon, there you go. Beacon, beacon. Probably should move it already again. I mean, it's not that far, but you should probably move it here. so that in case someone dies here, they can get really quickly back to the fight.
To avenge his tower in no time.
Okay, and you're also a bit out in the open, like you can just sit slightly behind. You can generally sit behind the cart and use it as cover, because Rocket is, like I said, he's really short, so you can take advantage of it. Is it better to submit games which are complete losses or equal matches? Probably equal matches are the best, because complete losses, like if it's just a complete stomp, even if you play perfectly in a complete stomp, sometimes it's just a stomp no matter what. So you probably want mostly equal matches. Okay, this is fine. Fine. But again, see kind of the same issue. You left your beacon way further back. Okay, so this is kind of like strike 2. So same mistake that's happened 2 times. Alright, there you go. You finally moved it, but it's a bit late. Like, you moved it after a fight, which is not ideal, because if someone dies during the fight, that's when you want them to get rezzed, not after the fight. So as soon as, like, basically like this, as soon as a new fight is about to happen, make sure that your beacon is in range. Okay, you replace your beacon here. Yup, there you go. Should have replaced it there. Nice. You can probably ult here. Yup, nice. But again, you probably would have wanted to play a bit more aggressive. Yeah. Probably would have wanted to play a bit more aggressive. Sup, coach? How's it going? Good, man. Nice to have you here. Right? However, again, like I said, I still think you're playing a bit way too close. Like, you should be in the back, because if you're in the back, you can see more of the fight. So you have more information. And like I said earlier, you should be trying to split your healing. So throw one orb here, throw one orb here, like definitely assist this guy. So if you were further back, you would have seen this and you could have helped this guy. There you go, you could have saved someone over there. Yeah, so don't play this close. And make sure to reposition your beacon. Okay, let me get over to... Wait. Let me get over to Jotaro. Because he did super chat. Emma? Emma. I think a game where you think you played your best but still lost. Yeah, kinda like that. Okay, you do get completely rolled here. Let's see why.
We got company.
Wait, the enemy has triple tank. I love playing Emma, I'm excited for this. Okay, this is fine. Think you got left behind. The start was rough, it gets better later. Yeah, you did get left behind here. So, you fight this. But now you don't have your diamond form. The enemies are walking up in your face. And you're still here. Without your diamond form. So... this is very close proximity for someone who doesn't have diamond form. You know? So, especially because this guy is playing super scared. And there's also a Thor in your backline. Which you should, by the way, I don't think I've seen you do, but you should do this. Like, turn around and check on what's going on behind you. Because the reason these guys start to get this close and play this aggressive is because there's a Thor in your backline, so they can kind of afford to do it Because there's no other pressure coming from your team because of this tower and because this guy's playing super passive. So that's why you kind of get left behind here. And actually die. On this map as Psylocke, how do you determine when to flank at the start of attack instead of going with team up? So probably you would be maybe going with your team from the beginning and then trying to split off depending on what the enemy team is playing and depending on where the enemy team has their backline. So in this game, for example, you'd probably start going over here. Maybe you see that the enemy backline is over there. So, okay, you go around from here and you try to hit the enemy backline. Or if a tank is playing super aggressive and out of position, like the Emma was, you can just spam damage on the tank like this. But it depends on basically how the game feels. If you spam damage on the tank and the tank is just not moving, maybe look for something on the backline. If you try to look for something on the backline and you get completely cock-blocked, maybe try spamming damage on the tank. Oh my god, you absolutely get rolled. Wait. I have a problem with looking back. Yeah, but as a tank, especially, you should be looking back like every 5 seconds. Yeah, why are you here? Go back, go back, go back, go back. Why are you here? The point is lost. Why are we here? They just captured the point. Go back. Here. Or here. Especially because you're all by yourself. Alright, like your team is nowhere even close. So why are we here? You know, and you had plenty of time to back away. Right, you even turn around and there's no one to be seen from your team. Like, that was incredibly... Like, you had a huge chance to just die there. There's a Moon Knight in your backline. There's multiple people in your backline. Okay, so let's say this is fine because you don't see the enemies, but then you see this Moon Knight literally behind you, which should kind of make you think, huh? Why is there a Moon Knight behind me? You know, so maybe you should like check what the fuck's going on here. You know? Like, why is there a Moon Knight next to you? Yeah. You know, so this should be immediately turn around and kill this guy, or at the very least, check what's going on here. Right, and instead you just keep fighting, I guess, and you're probably gonna die. Or something's bad gonna happen, because the rest of your team is getting destroyed behind you. So, the rest of your team was getting completely gangbanged behind you, and you had no idea. I think my logic there was because he ulted behind me. Yup, it makes sense. Because you don't want to step into the ultimate. However, I did not say stop going backwards. I said look behind you and check behind you. Okay? So you don't have to go back. All you have to do is turn your camera around. So you can do this without going backwards. And also, seeing as the enemies are playing incredibly aggressive here, I would try to play a lot more clumped up with my team and kind of act as a bodyguard. Because it does seem the enemy is kind of tending to just roll over you. And both times, by the way, so this time and the first point, you saw that I said you got left behind, which is basically what happened here. The rest of your team went backwards, but you stood in the front line and got left behind. So that's why I said you should maybe try to play more clumped up with your team and try to be like a bodyguard for them instead of trying to go forwards all by yourself. And this also depends on the team that you get, right? Because sometimes you get teams that play super passive like this, and sometimes you get teams that play super aggressive. So that's why you have to recognize the type of team that you have and try to adapt to them. Because you shouldn't try to play for the team you wish you had, but for the team that you actually have. Right? So if they're going to play passive, probably not ideal, but it is the team that you got, so just try to adapt to them. Most of the healing characters benefit way harder when people are bundled up. Exactly, that's also a good point. I'm a pretty aggressive player and I guess I have some sort of blind faith that my team will be behind me, but yeah, I gotta look back and adapt. Yeah, that's why you have to, because being aggressive on tank is fine, but not when you see time and time again that your team is just not following up. Moon Knight counters any diver. Any diver that can get on top of his face is a counter for Moon Knight. Does Emma get damage resistant when she's in diamond? Yes. She does get some 35% damage reduction, I think. Or 30%. Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, this entire first point just seems to be a complete snowball. So let me look at the rest of it. Because if you just get constantly rolled over and over, there's not that much to say. Yeah, or any flyer is also a Moon Knight counter. Yeah, see, kind of the same issues here again. Look where you are compared to the rest of your team. See? I mean, this Magneto should not play this passive, but if he's gonna be a pussy, just have to, you know, deal with it. What to play against triple tank? Probably Iron Fist, Wolverine for sure. Maybe Punisher with Rocket. I think you could be looking a bit more at the enemy backline here. But again, even here, like, look at this. You see, like, almost every time, you're way too forward compared to the rest of your team. Yeah, you had the cloak with you from the ultimate, but again, you kind of have to adapt yourself to the pace that your team plays. So if you see that your team is playing like absolute snails, try to adapt yourself to the team. Rico with another super chat, man. $5. Thank you, man. Could you check the recent competitive match? I would like some advice on how to better enable the team. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at it afterwards. But yeah, you see, like, almost every time I look at you like this, you're just way forward compared to the rest of your team. You see? So, and again, the issue here is that you're kind of cut off, which is very hard for you to get any assistance, which is why you can't really seem to do anything. Whereas if you play a bit more clumped up with them, and yeah, you play at a slower pace, it might feel like you're not getting much done because it's a slower pace, but at least you have your team with you. Like you were again in some trouble there because you were cut off. What? Okay, the ultimate isn't bad. What I was curious about is how you got stunned. No, the ultimate is okay, probably. It's probably not the worst ultimate. Yeah, it was definitely a panic ultimate, by the way. But it's not the worst panic ultimate. I was just curious about... So, because you got stunned by the Namor ultimate right before you finished your cast time. Because otherwise you would have been immune, so... It's not the worst ultimate, it's just a bit unlucky, to be fair. Yeah. Okay, looking for the healer in the back, that's fine. Why did you forget about the healer? So you killed this guy? Why do you turn around? There you go. You should have done this in the first place. Okay, so you turned around. I just said turn around more and I criticized you for turning around. So doing a quick check in the back is fine, right? But you did start going a bit forward, which it shouldn't really be like. It should genuinely be like, boom, okay. Nice, go for this guy now. Okay, this guy's dead. Oh, your entire team is dead. Never mind. But why is your entire team dead? Because you're, again, kind of way too forward. Yeah, I think just in general should have played way slower this game. Okay.
Help get that vehicle to its destination. Deliver Nova below the surface. A nice spree. I suppose that helped.
Also, why are you leaving your shield up? You know, you're kind of leaving your shield out there to be destroyed for like no reason. See? And now you don't have it for the Emma ultimate. Nice. Okay, burning. That's an ultimate. Okay, that's good. I don't know, you see, like, when you play a bit closer to your team, because the reason I think this works is Well, maybe not that close. But you have some more teammates with you, where like your team is slightly closer. Right, which is why I think this works better. You're working more together as a team instead of trying to do everything by yourself.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Yeah, that's fine because you chase him. Can Emma's beam pierce to enemies? It does pierce to her crystal. Yeah, like genuinely, I think the biggest difference is that you're playing a lot closer to your team, which is why things work out better. So yeah, just try to adapt more to your team space and turn around sometime to check on your team. Okay, let me go back to Rico because he did give another super chat. Yeah, and also your shield should be genuinely used to like block damage, but when you have a reason to block damage, because if you're full HP and you also have some cover, there's no real reason to use a shield because you're not in any danger. Okay, what did you say? The recent competitive match. This one? Yeah, thank you. Gotta be more adaptive. Yep. You gotta play with the team you have, not the team you wish you had.
The right heroes could make all the difference. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Okay, that's nice. I like it. Just doing some previous damage. Why are we jumping out in the open? So, you see, so that's fine what you said, what you did earlier. Now the enemy teleports here. You start shooting here, which you're out in the open. I gotta go now. Thank you so much for the stream and game tips. Epic stuff. Thank you, man. Glad you were here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And see you next time if you want to join. But yeah, so you're out in the open there. You go back to cover here, which is fine. And then you jump out in the open again. No? Whereas you could have just stood here, or like stood here and just tried to shoot over here, or tried to shoot over here, and again just kind of jiggle pick like this. Yeah, and I mean your team did get rolled. But you were also in a weird position there. That was also way too aggressive, because the rest of your team just died. You know, like, there's no one else. Why are you walking this far? Oh, yeah, just go back and wait for the rest of your team. You know, because look at, you're literally the only one here, so there's not, like, no real reason to be here. Because all the enemies have to do is just, oh my god, there's Squirrel Girl over there, let's go kill her. Like, who's gonna stop them? So yeah, just go back and wait for your team. Even this is way too aggressive, because again, you're all by yourself. So if you survive here, I would be very surprised. Okay, you got lucky. You got incredibly lucky here. I realized they wiped, that's why I backed up. But realized late, yeah. That's also why I said it for tanks, but genuinely, no matter who you play, just always check behind you. And also you can just press tab and see who's dead. But you did get incredibly lucky here. You should have died. And the same situation like I said earlier with the previous game. If you use your ultimate like this, there's two problems. Okay, maybe more than two, but there's multiple problems with this. Firstly, it's way too early. So, like, there's no fight going on. So, it's way too early. Secondly, because it's way too early, the enemies can react to it because there's nothing else going on. And besides the fact that it's too early, it's too far away, which means the enemies can just shoot it from a distance as it runs up to them, and they have plenty of time to start getting into a better position and reacting to your ultimate before it even gets close to them. Which is why, again, like I said in the previous game, you just kind of want to drop your ultimate on top of their heads, so they have no time to react, so they can't back away from it, and they cannot shoot it from a distance, right? So you literally just try to drop it on top of their heads. So it goes like this, and it's way easier to deal with it. Whereas this, they just see it from a distance, and look, it's already like a third of HP. And it's also harder to aim it when you're this far away, right? So that's why it kind of goes into awkward positions like this. Whereas if you try to drop it on top of their heads, it instantly does damage the moment you press it. It's almost impossible to react to because it's already on top of their heads. They can't destroy it instantly, and it has a higher chance to actually kill someone because it like locks on better, like it has a better pathing. Remember Squirrel to Contanos? Yeah, not in this universe. Now, same situation. You are all by yourself. I mean, actually not all by yourself because your team is here, but they're just they're just captured this point. Right? So, why are we fighting here? This point is completely lost. Just prepare for the next one. Right. Again, you should have died there. 100% should have died there. That's kind of a weird position to be shooting here from. Like, maybe you want to go even wider and try to shoot like this, or go from the right side probably, but either way, this is just a bad fight overall because you started it wrong, or like you started it poorly because you were there way sooner, whereas this fight should have been happening over here. So this entire fight is bad just because you started from a bad position because you tried to get the point that was already lost. Right, so in a sense, this fight right here shouldn't even be happening, which kind of invalidates whatever you do because this fight shouldn't even have happened. So whatever you do is technically bad because the entire fight is bad. Alright, this is a bit better, like a better position. But again, right, so this is a better position, but now it's too late because half of your team is dead. So you should already be starting to go backwards. You know? It's just you and the Moon Knight. So you should already be going all the way back. Be less greedy. Yeah, be less greedy, but not actually greedy. Just recognizing if a fight is lost or not. And you do that by pressing tab, looking like you can see who's dead. And also turning around and seeing who's not respawned or just coming back. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Whew. Gonna take a 5-minute break. Okay, maybe not 5 minutes, but give me a code. Give me a code. Who's here? Give me a code. Good takes. Thank you, man. I'm glad you agree. DC defeat. Well, I'm not seeing any other codes, so I will take yours. Because first come, first served. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is you. Can get you one. Okay, let me get over this one first.
Trouble has arrived.
We'll do this the same way we always do.
Yeah, using the shift, it's fine.
A little help, please.
Enjoy listening to your insights. Thank you, man. It's nice to hear that. Okay. Already, why aren't we using the push and pull ability? Right here. Push, pull, both. I think both options are fine, even if you pull or even if you push, but just use it.
A little help, please.
Or over there, just use it.
Feeling better.
Or on the Wolverine, especially on the Wolverine. To be honest, I don't really know when to use it. Whenever you have it. Basically, whenever you have it, if there's an enemy that you can pull or push, use it. Okay, because it's been, look, it's been 30 seconds since the game started and you haven't used it once. And it has, I don't know, like 12 seconds cooldown. So ideally you could have used it 2 times already, but you didn't use it once. Found you from a dive video I just watched, then saw you live. YouTube recommendation has been working over time. Nice, man. Good to see you. So just use it on cooldown. Yeah. Especially if there's a target that you can use it on. Obviously, don't waste it like all the time. But as soon as you have it, within like the next few seconds, if there's not a specific target that you need to work on. So for example, in this game, there's the Wolverine and the Black Panther. So in this game specifically, because there are enemies that you need it for, you can keep it, right? So you can keep it a little bit longer to pull the Wolverine away from your tanks, right? If Wolverine kidnaps someone and you pull them, you can actually pull the Wolverine outside of his kidnap in the air. So in this game specifically, you could be keeping it a little bit longer for the Wolverine or for the Black Panther for when he dives. But the Black Panther did dive and you didn't use it. And the Wolverine grabbed someone, I think, a little bit earlier. Okay. Okay, so you could have used it on the Black Panther. And the Wolverine grabs someone and you could have again used it. There you go, there's Wolverine again. You didn't use it. There's the Black Panther. Still not using it. So it's been... So it's going to be a minute soon and you haven't used your ability once. Right? And it's again kind of going back to the same thing I said yesterday, I think. Even if it's not the perfect use of an ability, just using it badly is still better than not using it at all. It's been more than a minute and you haven't used it once. The pools give you ult charge and do damage. Yeah, that's another thing. The pools do like 50 damage, so if you use the push or the pool on like 5 enemies, that's a lot of extra ultimate charges. That's a lot of extra ultimate charge that adds up. My god, that's a tongue twister. I'm honestly might have not even used it the whole game. Yeah, so in that case, you definitely want to focus on using this ability, like, genuinely. Just try to use it on cooldown, okay? Rico with another $2 super chat, man. Thank you, you've been on fire tonight, man. Thank you so much. Review my last SVP to see what I should keep doing, okay? It's great for pushing divers and for pulling enemies off of high ground. Yeah, you definitely like the push and pull ability is probably the bread, like it's genuinely the bread and butter for Invisible Wound. So if you're not using it, it's genuinely a waste of Invisible Woman. Check my last SVP. This one on Cloak and Dagger, or which one? This? Or this one, the 16 and 9. Alright, thank you very much. Yeah, man, no worries. Yo, I forgot I was subbed to you. Well, you've been reminded. Good to have you, man. Hello, my fine sir. I've heard you do VOD reviews. Yes, not full VOD reviews, just going a little bit over them. I don't know, I've been slacking, I want to polish up my basics and get back to the grind. Okay, then I'm just gonna look over this one, because you do play only Scribble Girl competitive. I understand.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
May I leave a code here? Yes, but not right now, because I have to go a couple that I need to go over. When I ask for it, you can drop your code, okay? Sounds good, nice.
I need assistance.
You could have looked to try and throw a stun on this guy. You know? Like, you have your stun, and he's literally over here, so you could try, like, throwing a stun on him. Or throwing a stun on this guy up, there you go. Nice. It's just that you should kind of start charging it. As soon as you see the guy going in, you should already be thinking about, okay, I'm gonna use my stun on this guy. Now again, kind of the same issue with the ultimate. It's not the worst, but it's still, again, it's kind of too early and from too far away. Right? Like, imagine if you were here, and by the way, you can also play here, because playing on the high ground is really good. So imagine if you just played here, and you dropped it on top of their heads. Like, kind of exact same thing as earlier. Okay, shooting this is fine. You also could have used your recharge over here, because... See, if you still have like 6 seconds of your stun, you can just use your reload, like your ability reload, you know, so you can have the stun again, and it also reloads your, like, your actual weapon, so you can keep shooting. You know, so I don't see why you wouldn't use it over here.
I'm gonna get nuts. Us against the world.
Using a Squirrel Girl ultimate into a support ultimate is not the worst, because you can still kill people with it. However, why risk it basically when you can just back away and wait 10 seconds and use it after the Cloak and Dagger ultimate? Right, because you've just basically wasted your ultimate right here. And again, you're not using your stun again, right? This is a stun target. This is a stun target. Still a stun target. Still a stun target. Okay, so genuinely, like, the biggest issues that I'm seeing in every game that you've sent me, or like every time you've asked me, is basically your ultimate is kind of bad, which is what I've explained why, right? It's too far away, it's too early, or like it's just a bad moment. And you're just not really using your abilities, especially your stun. I thought Think couldn't be CC'd. He can't be moved, but he can be stunned, right? So you can't move him. The thing, you can't like push him or pull him, but you can stun him. It so happens that I was planning on using ult and she ulted half a sec before. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the worst ult, but it's still kind of wasted. Alright, and again, even if the Cloak and Dagger didn't use their ultimate, by the way, I mean, she did use her ultimate before, but even if she didn't, it's still technically a far away ultimate, you know? It's still not how would I ult closer but safely? From the high ground, you can jump up, right? Use your jump and use it on top of them. Yeah, I usually see Squirrel Girl jump into the air and ult before landing. Yeah. You can also just genuinely just use your jump and drop it on top of their heads, right? Or like you use it to get to the high ground, or even just jumping up above and try to drop it on top of their heads. Okay? So, stop using your ultimate from this far away and use your stun more. Okay, let me see an earlier one. Mr. Pika, are you still here? Okay. Let me see if I can find an earlier one. Okay, I did get one from Tux here. And by the way, guys, if I do miss some of the replays, or if I don't get to yours specifically, it's just that I probably just didn't see it. Or just forgot about it. So don't take it personal.
Of all the possible realities,
Use abilities. Use your dash. Use your invisibility. Get to the point faster. Right? Get into a... Because by the time you actually start fighting, you're going to get your abilities back.
not the one I expected to find myself in.
Right? You have super mobility. You want to be using it.
Armor pack's here.
You know what to do?
The Oni here are even more hideous than the ones I'm looking for.
A shame to ruin such amazing spider tech. Anyone willing to help?
And here, going with your team at the first is not the worst, but you can just try to go for high ground directly, right? Here or even here. But again, the reason you're forced to go with your team here is because you didn't get here before them with your abilities.
That's better. You okay up the feet?
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. We captured the
Yeah, your entire team is dead by now. So in this case, if you're not here from the start, which you should have been, just stay where you are and keep shooting. Right? Or look for something faster, like you tried to do here, so this. You know, just... And this is also an off angle, by the way, right? Because if your penny is here, right, this is still an off angle. You don't have to go all the way to the back. And then you get here, and you're not even really shooting.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
You don't even have 100 damage on Psylocke. Okay, so again, just shoot something. And the general idea of off angles and flanks is to look for better targets to shoot. But on Psylocke, shooting the tank is also fine. Right? Sometimes you just don't need to be looking for something better. Like, you don't need to do something fancy. You could just be shooting the tank.
Mission area.
And this is pointless right now because your entire team is dead. So there's really no point in even trying something here anymore.
The oceans have spawned new foes.
And also, when you finish the stealth, you don't want to finish it in the enemy's crosshair. Because he also sees you go stealth, by the way. So, you know, so there's multiple, like, there's just a lot of issues. So, your team is dead. The enemy is on the point. You're not full HP. The guy sees you stealthing. And then you stop the stealth in his face. Alright, so of course something bad happens.
Reborn once more.
Let me guess. Your name.
Go for the Namor now. This would be a good time to go for the Namor. I tried to combo him out because he's alone. I see that, but he's already seen you. So he can react really quickly because he knows it's coming. You have to try to take them by surprise if you want to one-shot them. And here you can't go for the Namor because, like, again, he's all by himself.
Never
He's above you. He's above you, man. To be fair, you did not see him go up, but... Yeah, you should have gone for him, like, sooner. Okay, you shoot the nest, that's okay.
Farewell. Step aside.
I still think you're just trying to do a lot of fancy stuff for, like, no reason.
Farewell. Step aside.
Like, I would genuinely just stay with your team and shoot whatever comes in your face. Genuinely. You can also just try that. So, because especially if the enemies are coming to you, you can just shoot them, right? Like, sometimes you don't need to do anything fancy. I was trying to get in with the target because my team couldn't walk forward. Yeah, and you can't really flank something if your team is not even walking forward, right? Because they're being blocked. So you can just try to stay with your team and push away whoever's like the first target. Hello coach, how can I, if Iron Fist is banned, counter 3 flying and 1 Punisher in one team? How do they have 3 flyings and 1 Punisher? That's 4 DPS. But probably Hela. Probably Hela, yeah. Or Namor. Namor is actually quite decent against flyers as well, because the squids just lock onto them.
Many thanks. Step aside.
I still think you're wasting too much time, so... Here... No one is looking at you. Right? No one is looking at you, so why would you try to switch positions? Right? No one's even shot at you, so why are you just backing away there? I don't know, just in general, like, look at your damage. Your damage on Psylocke is half of your other DPS. And I think that's because you walk around too much and you try to look for something fancy, when instead you can just shoot something. Okay, so try something, so genuinely try this in your next games. Just play like an idiot, right? So play like an idiot, as in don't try to do anything fancy, just plant yourself in the middle and keep shooting whatever's in your face, right? You see something, you see the tank, whatever it is, just keep shooting whatever in front of you. I switched to get Namor because he was out of the ultimate and the only one killable. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, yeah, but you still don't kill him. Okay, like you're too far away.
By the eye of Agamotto.
And again, why stop dashing in people's face?
By the eye
Right? Like, he's already seen you. So the element of surprise is gone. He already has a squid out as well. Now, I just think you're trying to do way too much fancy stuff.
Out of sight. They are many.
Don't ult here, please, don't ult here. So why is this a bad ult? Well, Psylocke's ultimate does not even contest the point. So first of all, this is a 1v6 ultimate. It doesn't even contest the point. And the enemy has a Loki as well, which just completely negates you, so yeah. The I show speed smile. Yeah, man, like... Yeah. And again, I think this happened... I mean, this is more of a panic ult than anything, to be honest, so yeah. It's just trying to do way too much fancy stuff. Just keep shooting. In fact, let me see if I can, like, find the game from Sparker or just Rush, honestly. Okay, he's not here. Maybe Tanuki? He kind of plays some Psylocke. I recommend watching... Yeah, Death and Gaming is pretty good. Okay, let me look at Tanuki. I mean, they do lose the game, actually, so maybe not. Okay, let me look at this one. Wait, he plays tank? What the fuck? Surely he doesn't play tank. Okay, he doesn't. Use the quick game as invis and use my pool so much as I could remember. Do you think you can look at it quickly? I mean, I could, but generally you want to give it more than one game to apply something or like to work on something before you actually start looking for mistakes. Right? So you don't fix something in one game. So genuinely, what I actually tell my students is play for a day, play for a couple of days, just focus on something until you kind of at least build the habit of doing something, and then you can look at fixing that habit, whether it's good or bad. Okay, so this is a very good player, okay? So let's see how he plays Psylocke. Alright. Keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Okay, checking for the enemy Psylocke. Sees the enemy Psylocke, instantly tries to fight her. Okay, backs away. Keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Now he does this, but... And this is something fancy, but... He has way better aim. Like, I don't want to be mean, but... He just, like, when he does it, it works out because he actually can do one-shot someone. Okay, so maybe work on your aim as well, actually. Now that I think about it, maybe work on your aim as well. Now, even though he got a kill on the enemy support, you see here that he's still kind of not really doing anything. So even though he did something fancy and it actually worked out, it's still kind of bad because he's in a terrible position right now. And he kind of can't do that much. But again, you see, he keeps shooting, 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 shooting. Yeah. Now he's waiting for the enemy supports to run out, and then he's probably gonna use his ultimate. Alright, but you see, he keeps shooting. Shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, this was more of a desperate ultimate because he was about to die, but... Right, yeah. I just think he keeps shooting a lot more, and when he does go for a fancy play, it actually works out because he does have the aim. Yeah. But, yeah. Also, that's about it for today. Because I am absolutely smashed myself. Yeah, I'm super tired. And my voice is dying. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions for like the next few minutes before I get off. Thank you for the stream, it was fun. Yeah, man. Glad you were here. You've actually been here last time as well. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate everyone being here. And thank you everyone for the super chat. What is basic game plan on Psylocke? Shoot as much as possible, do as much damage as possible, and if you see someone who's isolated, then you can try to do something fancy, but genuinely just keep shooting, build your ultimate, and just rip the ultimate. Thanks for the excellent stream, I always learn something. Thank you, man. Glad to hear it's helpful. Contest and secure flanks with mobility and then do a little... Yup, that's also good for Psylocke. Okay. And also something you can genuinely do for yourself is if you want to learn how to play a character, just find the rank 1 player, or like you can generally just look on the leaderboards. Right? So you look on the leaderboards, you see what these guys are playing, if they actually have this profile, their profiles open. Right? So you can look at the top players and just look at some of their games and see how they play. How do you play against Dive for support? I have an actual video on how to play against Dive, if you want to watch that. Or my positioning guide for support, it kind of applies on the same thing. How can I get you to review me? Do I just send my username in chat? Yeah, but it's too late now because I'm ending the stream because I'm tired. So maybe next time, man. When do you usually stream? Around this time, so like -2 hours, whatever time it is for you. Check pick and roll's Psylocke settings to see if they feel... Yeah, that's good actually for Tux. If you're still here, you can just watch, genuinely search pick and roll like 00 typed it in the YouTube chat. You can just search pick and roll and he's actually really good for Psylocke as well. So it's worth checking him out. Okay, that's about it for today, guys. Thank you for joining the stream, I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who gave me super chats. It really means a lot, and I was not expecting to get them so early in my streams, but yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for being here. I hope you learned something. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everyone, but at least for the ones that I did manage to get through, I hope it's been helpful not only to the people that I've actually reviewed, but everyone else who's watched. I hope you learned something from the others. So yeah, have a nice day, have a nice night, or whatever time it is for you, and again, thank you for being here. See ya! See ya, guys!